is war, and it's on tonight. So get up and fight, get up and fight. You've had all your life to run and hide. Step up, now step up, let's do this. Fight, 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 fight.
Yeah, you can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the King Kong banging on your chest.
You can beat the world, you can beat the war. You can talk to God, go banging on his door.
You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks.
You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you gon' find yourself.
Standing in the Hall of Fame, and the world's gonna know your name. 'Cause you burn with the brightest flame, and the world's gonna know your name. And you'll be on the walls of the Hall of Fame. You can go the distance, you can run the mile, you can walk straight through hell with a smile.
You could be the hero, you get the gold. Breaking all the records they thought never could be broke.
Yeah, do it for your people, do it for your pride. Are you ever gonna know if you never even try?
Do it for your country, do it for your name.
Cause there's gonna be a day when you're standing in the Hall of Fame, and the world's gonna know your name. 'Cause you burn with the brightest flame, and the world's gonna know your name.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bradfield Community Center. Welcome to War 21. And welcome to the 12th edition of the War Wrestling Hall of Fame. My name is JB, host of JB in the Morning on Lima's Country T102. Thank you so much for being here tonight and showing respect to those that put their heart and souls into this business that is known. You love it as much as we do, professional wrestling. Let's get this started. Please welcome owner Christine Myers.
Hear a knock on the door when the night begins.
Thank you for being a friend. Travel down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. And if you threw a party, invited everyone you knew, you would see the biggest gift would be from
Hello. All right. Here we go. How's everybody doing tonight? All right. Welcome to the Hall of Fame 2024. So, 21 years. That's an impossible number for some. The WWE, and at that time it was WWF, officially began in 1982. That's 42 years ago. We've been around half as long. It seems impossible, but yet we've made it. We've evolved again and again to be here. For you. The incredible performers sitting before you, our extraordinary staff, and the heart of our promotion, each and every one of you fans. 21 years, War Wrestling can officially drink now. And man, have we earned it. If you've been here before, you'll know that this is the part where I tell you how talented these men and women sitting ringside are. And that's true. But I don't need to say it because you'll see it tonight. When you watch Apollo Starr, who would have moved heaven and earth for his son, who protected his son many times at the UAW Hall against the International House of Pain, who is going to fight that son, Cassius Starr, for the respect title. You'll see it. When my girl Paloma takes on that other girl, Shauna Reed, for Paloma to win back her title. You'll see it. We'll see. When Brandon Day and that beast guy over there explode inside of the steel cage tonight, you'll see it. You've been seeing unmatched talent for 21 years at War Wrestling, and you'll see it tonight in every single match you see. Here's what you don't see, though. The long nights on the road, missing family and kids and loved ones, missing birthdays, holidays, and special occasions. Training night after night in the ring and in the gym to keep their bodies ready for competition. Broken bones, concussions, fractures, and bruises as they tape themselves together for the next fight, because the show must go on. The life of a wrestler isn't easy. Many have tried, and most have failed. These men and women give up more than you'll ever know to entertain all of you each and every time they're given the opportunity. Please give them a round of applause and appreciation. I spoke earlier about the things you don't see, and there's no better example of that than our seemingly inexhaustible staff. Did you know they're here an average of 15 hours every single show? They're here hours before the music ever starts, and they're still here long after the applause has faded. They don't have an entrance theme. No one chants their name or claps to encourage them when they're tired or feel like giving up. There are no flashing lights or championships. There's only the next problem to solve, the next crisis to avert, the next question to answer, the next chair to put away, or the next trailer to unload. So this one time, please stand up on your feet. AJ, hit the music. And let's give our staff, including AJ, the cheers and applause that they truly deserve. And all that energy and excitement you just poured into our staff is what makes you the best fans in professional wrestling. Many companies say it, but you just proved it. Some of you are joining us for the first time tonight, and yes, before you ask, were this loud all the time. You're entering into a fan base that's been changing, evolving, and thriving for 21 years. Welcome to the War Wrestling family. We're glad you're here. Some of you have been with us all 21 years, through every twist and turn, every bump, every evolution. You've been there. You stood outside the UAW Hall in the pouring rain to wait for tickets. You came to the Bradfield the first time we were here. You followed us to the Civic Center and the Old Empowered Sports Center. You waited for us through COVID and encouraged us when times get tough. You posted your pictures and videos. You mentioned our names. When they talked about the best wrestling promotions in Ohio, you invited everyone you met to the shows. And then followed us back to our home here at the Bradfield Community Center. If we asked you to follow us to ends of the earth, I have a feeling you'd grab a chair and ask for directions. Tom and I cannot thank you enough for your dedication and love for War Wrestling. There aren't enough words in any language to express how much you mean to us. All we can say is truly, eternally, and with a grateful heart, thank you. Okay, now to the unsung heroes. I didn't write anything for them, so we'll just go with what my heart tells me. The first one, she has been family to me since she was probably 10 years old. She's never questioned her help for War Wrestling. She's always here when we need us. I've seen her go from a teenager to now an adult to now a mom. Please clap your hands and help me welcome my first unsung hero, Liz Ferris. So our next unsung hero, he's not really out in the forefront so much for War Wrestling, but he does a lot behind the scenes. I can remember him telling me that from like the 1980s on, that he has loved wrestling. Whether it be live shows, pay-per-views, independent wrestling, whatever the case may be, he always followed along. I remember going to his house and watching pay-per-views. I remember, there's so much I remember about this guy, and you guys all know him. So without further ado, because we appreciate all the help, all the behind-the-scenes work that he does for War Wrestling, please help welcome T102's very own JB. Okay, with that being said, is everybody ready for the inductees? All right, let's bring JB back out to help introduce the first inductee. Thank you guys very much.
I'm gonna start crying. Alrighty, let's continue the Hall of Fame ceremony here. She mentioned 80s and wrestling. I can remember being a young JB, falling in love with his business in the mid 80s, staying up late on Saturday night with a little Saturday night's main event, getting so upset because that damn Hulk Hogan kept winning and kept kicking out. Never lost. Wanted him to lose so bad. Never happened. Some of the people inducted tonight and all the performers tonight probably are going to give you the same emotions we all felt back then. I loved it all. The entrances, the pageantry, the excitement of the vignettes when new wrestlers were on their way, all of it. There's a good chance everybody tonight's going to give you those same emotions. So please welcome our first inductor, Aaron Williams.
Riders of the storm.
First, let me say it's very good to see all of you because I honestly didn't think I would be here tonight. Just in case anybody's wondering, I haven't heard from Matt Taylor yet, so I don't know if he's going to be here either. But that aside, I'm here to induct a very, very good friend of mine. And I would like to thank you all for coming and sitting and watching and attending this Hall of Fame. Because as a professional wrestler, I can truly tell you, you don't know what it means to us to have acknowledgement from you. Without you, we cannot do anything that we do, and all the bumps and the bruises and the times in a car and the times that we miss out on family events and the sacrifices they make, they mean nothing without you. So thank you very much. Having said that, I would like to begin inducting my very good friend, Dustin Reyes, into the War Wrestling Hall of Fame. It's with a lot of pride that I do this, so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about Dustin, and I'm going to try and follow my notes, so this might take a second. We'll see. Okay, here we go. Dustin Reyes, to me, is a name that is synonymous with passion, dedication, and commitment to the craft that is professional wrestling. From in-ring skill to character development to even in-ring gear, Dustin does it all. Dustin began his career in 2001 in a barn in New Carlisle, Ohio. Wouldn't really call that the beginning of his professional wrestling career, but it is where he started wrestling. He would eventually become a professional wrestler and step into a real ring for the first time in 2002 under the training of Bill Kowalski, I think. If somebody knows the correct way to pronounce that, please feel free to announce it. And my phone's going dark. It's close enough. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Okay. It was evident that he possessed a rare combination of talent, charisma, and sheer determination, not to mention a mean-looking shark-inspired gear that I have not forgotten till this day. He looked like a mix of Shark Boy and that kid from Shark Boy and Lava Girl. Remember that movie? It was a wonderful mixture. Dustin has entertained audiences far and wide with electrifying performances, captivating storytelling, and athleticism. Whether he was thrilling fans with his high-flying maneuvers or engaging in hard-hitting battles, most of which I was in with him, or delivering unforgettable promos, Dustin always left an incredible mark in all that he had of those that had the privilege of witnessing his greatness. Dustin has went toe-to-toe with some of the best wrestlers in the world, from Davey Richards to Shane Strickland. Some of you may know him as the AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland. Dustin even has a pinfall victory over Seth freaking Rollins. And from what I found out today, apparently somewhere he's still tag team champions with Jon Moxley, which is a crazy thought. Sorry, I lost my spot here. Dustin has not only excelled as a performer, but he has also played a pivotal role in shaping the future of our beloved sport, as he has taken part in building a new promotion in Dayton, Ohio, that others can perfect their craft in armbar pro wrestling with his trainer. His contributions both inside and outside of the ring have left an enduring legacy that I'm sure will continue to resonate in the memory of all those that have experienced his talent. As I stand here today, completely getting caught up with all of the emotions that are going on in my head, I can't really not think about all the magic and the memories that Dustin and I have created together. Dustin has been my greatest rival. He has been a tag team with me. He has been a faction member with me. He has helped me find myself in many ways when I didn't think I could. And most of all, he is a very dear friend. Dustin Reyes is a better man than I can ever imagine him being, and he has shown that more times than I can really express. He is a man of conviction. He is a man of passion. He is a man of forgiveness. And it is with great honor that I have the privilege to induct Dustin Reyes into the 2024 War Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Riders of the storm.
Long time no see. You know, on the drive up here, I imagined I would say something very profound. I would have some drawn out speech to say. But honestly, all I want to say is, I love this business. I walked away 4 years ago because I started to hate everything about it, and I couldn't stand to be part of it if that was the case, because each and every one of you deserved more of me than that. You didn't deserve for me to phone it in. I needed to give 100%. And after so many years, I started dreaming about it. I couldn't help myself. I had to come back. And the first match I had to have was with this man right here. Aaron Williams is a brother. And he's right, we've been rivals, we've been partners. And I think I hold his friendship in this business more dear to me than anything else. Because of this man, most people will never know how much he actually changed my life. If it wasn't for this man, my life would have not altered course in such a way that my children who sit in the stands right now or here watching me would not exist. And because of wrestling and because of Aaron Williams, I have a family and I have lots of memories. And to that, I say thank you.
One more time for Dustin Ray. Please welcome to the stage our second inductor tonight, Poison, Apollo Star.
What's up, Lima? What's going on? So, I'm here to induct one of my best friends, and it seems like this thing is kind of gonna be all about family tonight. Cause tonight, I'll be fighting my son. Look at him. I'll be fighting him not because I wanted to, but because he feels like we need to fight. And it seems like just yesterday, me and this guy were out on the road with him in the back seat, riding with us and everything. But it doesn't matter. Here's the thing, 20 years ago, me and this guy linked up at a wrestling school that my trainer took me to. My trainer, American Kickboxer, took me out to Les Thatcher's Heartland Wrestling Association, where I ran to this dude, and he's been getting on my nerves ever since. I could stand out here and tell you about all the things he's done and how good he is at wrestling, but he'd really rather do it himself. So I'm just gonna say, welcome into the 2024 War Wrestling Hall of Fame, my big brother and my best friend and the best tag team partner in the world, Drew Skills. What's up, Lima? Oh, man.
For those of you who don't know, 4 weeks ago, I tore my patella tendon. So I've been out of wrestling for about 5 weeks. And I consider pro wrestling, that's my life, right? That's who I am at my core. You guys are my family. Pro wrestlers are my family. You fans are my family. I have missed this. Can I get one more time? Man, War Wrestling number 21. 21 years ago, I was in the main event of the very first anniversary show, right in Lima, Ohio. 21 years ago, main event. I hadn't been with the company very long. I started down the road in Cincinnati, like he said. I was lucky, kinda. We ran into each other, and we went on the road together. It was on a long trip to Atlanta that we decided. Those of you guys that were here for his induction, I talked about that, so I won't talk about it too much. But we came together, he was already here. And to be wrestling at War it was something that you took pride in. It was something that you strived to do at that era. Guys that I started with at Heartland were already here. Guys like Dean the Dream Jablonski, Chet the Jet Jablonski, Cody Hawk, Matt Stryker, Nigel McGuinness, Chad Collier. All those guys were already here, and there were already guys here that were journeymen that had made their names in the business. Guys like Brian Ireland, guys like Brian Beach, Steve Stone, Stevie Lee. So to be here at War was a privilege. I was proud to do it. Just like you guys, I'm a wrestling fan, right? I'm a wrestling fan. That's why I got in this crazy business. And I've been so lucky the kid that grew up watching wrestling and becoming a fan has been able to do so many amazing things that would flip that kid's mind. I've wrestled in front of thousands of people before. I've done so many things that would just blow that little kid's brain apart. I was on a show one time where I wrestled Jerry the King Lawler. I actually beat him. On that same show, I wrestled under a mask and won a 30-man battle royal. That 30-man battle royal gave me a contract for the main event, the heavyweight title, which I cashed in that night, took my hood off, cashed in that night, and I won a triple threat match against Congo Khan and Ryback. I've been on wrestling shows where there was 2 stretch limos in the parking lot. One was Ric Flair's and the other one was Drew Skills. I got driven around for 2 years in limos just for saying, when you want to ride in style, call Luxury Limo of Warsaw, Indiana. Wrestling has been able to do so many things that I would have never thought that I would be able to do. And people all the time, they'll ask me, what was your favorite match? What was your favorite this? I've wrestled Hall of Famers. I've wrestled legends, world champions. I've done all these different things. This is my 4th induction into a Hall of Fame. But I gotta tell you, when people ask me questions like that, like what sticks out the most in your mind, today sticks out in my mind. The reason why is because I had that great foundation at Heartland, but we earned our chops in Lima, Ohio. We learned how to get over in front of crowds in Lima, Ohio. We wrestled in front of hundreds of people in front of packed buildings because Lima, Ohio cares about pro wrestling. War Wrestling cares about pro wrestling. When I started, it was territories and things of that nature. Towns had different shows that necessarily just came up in those towns, right? They didn't go all across the country. That's what Lima is. They put together something here that's been running for 21 years. That is amazing. Give yourself a round of applause. But we earned our chops right here in Lima wrestling teams like the Highlanders, teams like Delivery Inc. Yeah, teams like them, Stamp Lickage and that man up there, Lil Tom. We were lucky enough, we stuck around for a whole second wave. We wrestled the Michigan Invasion. We wrestled teams like The Dirty. We wrestled teams like the Scarbonis. we were very lucky to have been able to be here in Lima, Ohio, and War Wrestling. I thank you guys for allowing me to be that little kid growing up doing the thing that I love. I was told one time by a man who said, you know, sometimes you don't make it as far as you want to make it, right? Now, let me talk to you guys for a second. Sometimes you don't make it as far as you want to make it, right? So what's the measure of success? Is it getting to where you want to be? Or is it getting the love and admiration of the fans? The love and admiration from your peers that you know what the hell you're doing, right? Or is it the company that you work for has enough care for you to put you out in front of people and tell you thank you for the contributions that you gave to that company? So a lot of people say, know your worth. You don't want to just know your worth, but know what you're worth to the people you're working for, right? Know your worth for the people that you're working for. Those are the people who are paying you. These are the people that come to see you, right? So it's not just about what you think, it's about what they think, what you think, and what the people that bring you in think as well. That's the measure of success. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. I love you guys. I love War Wrestling.
One more time for the limo riding Drew Skill. Time for our final inductees this evening. Everybody having a great time here at the Hall of Fame celebration. Please welcome to the stage Ripper Blackheart and Orlando Christopher.
Me and the punk rock Sabu here. We're here to induct two of the best badasses to ever come into War Wrestling. And along with myself, Orlando Christopher, Jake Something, and Idris Abraham, one of the most dominant factions ever in War Wrestling. The only faction to ever hold every single title in War Wrestling at the same time. Austin Mannix, Brandon Edwards, the Dirty. When I first met Austin, we were at a show in Fort Wayne. Big Tom goes, what do you think of that, this Austin Mannix kid? I said, I love him. He's tough. He's a tough guy. One of my favorite things to say when I would be up there doing commentating a Austin Mannix match was, there's nothing fancy about Austin Mannix. He's just a punch you in the face kind of guy. The first time Austin came to a war show, after we go out for the drinks and the food after party, we close the bar down as usual. They're kicking us out. We're counting heads, and we're short one. It's Austin. Everybody's, where's Austin? We can't find Austin. We're looking all over. Imagine like 20, 30 wrestlers in a parking lot yelling, Austin! Mannix! This went on longer than it should have. Clear at the tail end of the parking lot. There's like a field or something there. Out comes Austin on his phone. Everybody sees him at once. Like I said, like 20, 30 wrestlers all like, ah! They all came running at him. He's like, he had no idea. He's like, what the hell's going on? That was Austin Manick's first experience here at War. And I had the privilege of managing Austin when he first came to War. I probably managed him longer than anybody as a singles, into the Dirty, as a stable, and then into the tag team. When it comes to Brandon, I've known Brandon since he started wrestling. He was trained by a very good friend of mine, Mr. Main Event Hall of Famer in his own right. I was here for Chris Conflict. I was here when he did the Army gimmick, which was legit. The guy's done tours overseas. He is a legit veteran. Thank him for his service. Now, my favorite story about Brandon is we do a little thing 4th of July called the Bell Center Brawl in my hometown. And on the second ever Bell Center Brawl, he's like, Brandon, we want you to be in the main event against Caden Assad. This kid was so nervous. He's like, I don't know, guys. I'm like, dude, it's Bell Center, Ohio. The whole town is like one block here. And we're not asking you to main event Madison Square Garden. You ain't taking on Flair in the Omni. Calm down. I love that kid. I love Austin. They're two of my favorite people along with Orlando. I'm going to shut up and let somebody talk about them who knows them better than anybody. Ladies and gentlemen, Hall of Famer, Orlando Christopher.
Still feels good to hear that. Feel free to keep it going, I won't stop you. But tonight is not about me, it is about The Dirty. The Dirty started, as he said, as a stable right here in War Wrestling. It's a War original. It started with Jake Something. It started with Ripper Blackheart, myself, and Austin Mannix. Then we grabbed Idris Abraham along, and finally we added Mr. Bulletproof Brandon Edwards. And I can tell you a lot about these guys. I helped train Austin Mannix. I'm the old young guy in the locker room. So if any of you guys that are sitting out here have been potatoed by Austin Mannix, or those of you that haven't worked with him yet and will be potatoed in the future, I'm sorry. I could tell you stories. Here's a fun little thing that you guys might not know about Brandon Edwards and Austin Mannix. They fight like two little children constantly. They argue non-stop. I did a trip from Detroit to Orlando with those two guys, and they drove me fucking nuts. I was at the wheel, like old dad, yelling at the two kids in the back that if they don't stop, I'm turning the damn car around. I'm so proud of what they've done. The name The Dirty, that's something I came up with. And so whenever I see somebody wearing all these shirts, not only am I proud and I think of how cool that is, I also think they owe me a hell of a lot of royalties. But, man, they have really went on to become such a great tag team. I think not only throughout the Midwest, especially here in Ohio, but also right here in War Wrestling. I think they might, if it's my opinion, and I believe I'm not being too biased, I think The Dirty's the best tag team that War Wrestling's had in the last decade. I'm very proud of them as human beings. I've watched their downfalls, I've watched their rises, I've watched their redemption arcs in life, and they are great human beings. I will leave you with one final story. And it happened right here at War Wrestling, and it happened with a crazy fan that's sitting right there named Kevin. So Kevin, right there, is a diehard wrestling fan, a diehard War Wrestling fan, a diehard Dirty fan, and dare I say he might even be a little bit bigger of an Orlando Christopher fan. So, on my last night in The Dirty, as they jumped me and kicked me out of this gang.
By the way, that was not my call, bro.
Receipts coming. Anyways, as they jumped me and left me in the ring, Kevin was in the audience that night. He was wearing the dirty shirt. Yes, he was. He's telling you. He was so mad that they jumped and turned on me, because even though he loved the dirty, he loved me just a little bit more. Yeah. And so he removed his dirty shirt, threw it into the ring. Now, we had actually sold out of the dirty shirts that night, and Brandon Edwards actually needed a shirt. So Brandon Edwards took that shirt, and for the next month or two, you saw him in a dirty shirt. He was wearing Kevin's shirt. More importantly, Kevin sat in the crowd for the rest of the 2-hour show shirtless. Because that's the passion that the dirty and the fans here in Lima bring out of you. So, with that said, it is my honor to induct my friends, I think the greatest tag team of the last decade here in War Wrestling, the Dirty, Brandon Edwards, and Austin Mannix.
If I'm being 100% honest, this is very, very surreal. For so many years, we sat right out here watching these Hall of Fame ceremonies and watching all these guys get inducted. And now it's completely an honor and just surreal to be standing in front of all of you here. Thank you, Ripper. I really appreciate you inducting us. Ripper, I think you've managed me more here than anyone. You and I have been together as far as either singles or in the tag team The Dirty pretty much since I've been here on and off. And I really appreciate you inducting us. Same thing for you. You helped train me. I know you don't look at him and think this guy is, a guy that would be training me as far as like his age, because, he looks like he's 20 still. But no, legit, he was one of my main trainers, and from there on, I was intimidated. To be 100% truthful, was fully intimidated by him. And we ended up becoming, good friends shortly after training, being teamed up in tag teams and working the Detroit circuit, and then that obviously just grew. And man, seriously, I've learned so much from you. All the car rides, all the advice, all the shit you've given me. I really do appreciate you making it here and inducting us. There's literally no one else, maybe with the exception of Jake something, that we would like to have up here. Couldn't get him, big time. But no, you two are we just are so thankful that you guys are here to induct us, and you guys mean the world to us, and I love you, both of you. I don't want to hold this anymore. Oh yeah, you guys already mentioned Dirty started off as a faction. Myself, Orlando, and Jake, kind of just thrown together, and it was like the first opportunity we had to do something together. And we really didn't have an idea of what we were going to do with it. It was just something we got thrown into, and we just ran with it. And from the name, the simplicity, just everything about it, being born here in Lima, Ohio for war, and then evolving to what it was going to evolve with, man, it's just been such an honor, I guess. It's just been one of the best things I've done in my career. And to be able to do it with, my best friends, that's something a lot of people don't get to do. Getting to team up with my best friend was something that we had talked about for years. And in 2015, we actually made it happen, and that was the incarnation of the tag team, The Dirty. From there on, going to win the tag team titles here in War, establishing who we were here at War, and taking that over, and just being able to do the things that we were to do, travel the places, work the shows, the wrestlers that we wrestled. It just was one of the best things that was able to happen to our career. The countless tag teams that we wrestled, from DTA here to Super Future, the Scarbonis, Grits and Gravy, all the teams that we got to work with. Soul Shooters, can't forget Soul Shooters, of course, the Police Academy or Department, whatever the hell they were. Yeah. Whatever they were. A lot of good tag teams, a lot of good teams that we were able to work with. Very grateful for that. This has just been like a very surreal honor to even be inducted into the Hall of Fame up here. It's not really sinking in yet, but I do want to share just a special thank you for you fans. First of all, not just you fans, but you fans in Lima, because you guys are a different-ass breed. You guys are the best fans that I probably have encountered in anywhere I've wrestled. You guys, the passion that you have and that you bring to this show, and honestly, you guys make us look a lot cooler than we are. I'm not even, for sure. But seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for the support throughout the years. Thank you for the love that you have shown us. Maybe thank you for the hate that you've shown us too, whichever one we inducted out of you. I don't really care. But thank you guys, and thank you, Tom, for inducting us, giving us this opportunity, this platform. Thank you for giving us a home. I've been a part of War Wrestling for the better part of my professional career. And I don't live in Ohio, obviously, but this is home. This is a home to me, and I'm going to stop rambling on. Go ahead. Take it over. Thank you.
So I remember 23 years ago, I was sitting out here. Come to find out, one of my best friends, his uncle was Mr. Main Event. And because of him, he made me the pro wrestler, honestly made me the man that I am today. I do not know a better man who is more genuine and more quality than Mr. Main Event. I remember, and it's cool that Drew Skills was inducted, because I remember seeing the Soul Shooters carry these belts. And I was like, I kind of really want to carry those belts. Those belts look really sweet. Little did I know it would have been 15 years later, I would have a chance with my best friend to tear the house down in Lima, Ohio, and win the tag team titles. It was actually in this building right here, we actually won these titles. It took, the thing about wrestling is once you feel this, nothing else matters. You just want this. I was an 18-year-old kid that thought for me to have all of this, I needed money and I needed a car. So I joined the Army. Not only did I join the Army, but I enlisted in the infantry thinking, we're not at war. I'm not gonna go to war. 4 months out of basic training, I was boots on ground in Baghdad. We were in Iraq, 2008. Came home, latter part of 2009, By 2012, we were deployed again to Afghanistan. And I know the armory that's here in Lima, they also got deployed with us. Actually, we have a group right now who's stationed Camp Arifjan, Kuwait. Very good friends of mine are there. But I did all of that for this. If it wasn't for this man, and I gotta tell you, if it wasn't for this man opening my eyes to help us see the potential to open that shell and to be what you can be, because if you don't believe in yourself, they're not gonna believe in you. And I wanna thank Tom. I honestly never thought I would work for War Wrestling. War Wrestling was, is, and always will be a hotbed in independent professional wrestling. This is the hottest spot in Ohio. Everyone comes through War because of you guys. So I want to thank the fans. I want to thank Orlando. I want to thank Ripper. I want to thank Tom. I want to thank Christine. I want to thank Mr. Main Event for everything you ever instilled into me. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. And most importantly, I want to thank the locker room. I've been involved with War since day one, and this has always been one of the most top-notch locker rooms I've ever been in, and I thank you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2024 Hall of Famers, Austin Mannix, Brandon Edwards, The Dirty!
One more time for the Hall of Famers, The Dirty! That concludes Hall of Fame 2024 with a thank you to our tag team sponsors, Lima's Country, T102. Again, I'm JB in the morning. Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. Club Octane. Thank you to Custom Pro Wrestling Products, Westgate Entertainment Center, Donnelly Design Studio, Jeffrey's Antique Gallery. Thank you to Tressler Plumbing and Heating, Deck Factory here in Lima, Beantown Barbers, our friends at Cooper Farms, Squared Circle Expo, Gromy's CDs and Tapes, home of the best record day ever, by the way. Stembles Meat, Jeremy McLean Memorial Bowling Tournament. Thank you to the Rough Bucks, the greatest Randini, Scarlet and Graves Clothing, Valor Media Productions, Madison's Cleaning Service, LLC, Mithril Sales, World of Awards and Gifts, 101 Smokehouse, Stanley's Asphalt Paving and Steel Coating, Bon Air Mountain Community Church, Lambert Self Storage, Beans on Parade, and a big thank you to Bubba Myers and family, Frank Randy, Stephen Spears. Thank you to Karen Oldenrick, Nicole Griggs, Philip Hibbler, Craig Morris, Maverick Salazar. Thank you, Robert Smith, Jeremy Grant, Ruth Duvall, Jamie Wagner, Michael Brown, Tracy Elena, Jennifer Childs, Vicky Whirling, Ty Broderick, and Jose Fowler. Thank you so much for sponsoring and being a tag team partner. Don't forget to buy the merch. Visit the merch table. Adam and the Gang will take care of you there. Don't forget also concessions will reopen. Get something yum yum to the tum. The new Wrestling Respect title debuts tonight. Take the old one with you. Get a ticket. They'll be circulating as well. On behalf of everybody with War Wrestling, thank you so much, and get ready, because coming up, it's War 21!